Greetings guys and gals, this is XIJABERWALKIX bringing you the best in esports. Today we have Starcraft 2. This is going to be the CSL CSU versus Clemson University. We are on jungle Basin. At the bottom right we have Hulk playing for Clemson, and at the top left position we have RipTide as the Zerg player in red playing for CSU. A little bit of frame rate lag, but not too bad at all. We do have a ton of observers, probably like 6 or 7 observers, so it's very, very surprising that we're able to run this nice and neat. Overlord Scout going out for RipTide, and it looks like a Pollen's about to be put down for good ol' Hulk. Hulk is also going to scout after Pollen, very, very standard. A lot of people actually, well, I guess it's standard to scout first against Zerg, so then you can see if they're putting the pool down first or the hatch first, or any type of really quick pool or anything like that, because if you scout after gateway, that's going to be a little bit longer, and so you're not really going to be able to see necessarily as much and get as much information. So here comes the probe scout, going to just be moving along there on its scout pattern. Let's see if RipTide tries to pick it off. It looks like, oh yes he does, but does not get it. That's going to cost him some precious mining. I'm really surprised that he actually did that, to be completely honest. But nothing too big here. It looks like we have a drone scout going out for RipTide as well. Some spectators saying someone is lagging, although I'm not getting the lag, so that probably means it's him. We have a huge relay pattern for Hulk here. It looks like that drone's gonna go out and probably put down a hatchery at 16. The probe sees it but is not able to do anything of the sort. It's going to be attacking that hatchery just for a little while longer. It looks like we have a drone coming in here for the Zerg player RipTide, and a quick Nexus, 15 Nexus from, or 14 Nexus probably, from the Protoss player. And I actually told RipTide, I was like, you know what man, he's probably not going to 4-gate you, to be completely honest, and looks like he's not going to 4-gate. Looks like he went for a Forge fast expand, although putting down the putting down the Nexus first, and I just think it's really funny that that guy said he was lagging. However, or the game was lagging, but in the end it was him lagging. Gateway going down at 17 food, so both players going for very, very economic, economic builds. Spawning pool going down for RipTide. I actually probably should bring up at least one of the tabs, so I just shouldn't leave you guys totally in the dark here. Looks like a drone is scouting. I don't know why I almost said SEV. For any type of proxy, he's going to realize that there is none. Overlord going over that Zelnog watchtower, and over here at the natural side of the base. He still has a drone in there and knows exactly what's going on. Cannon being put down by Hulk. Very, very good move there. This is going to be a good little wall off. And not complete wall. Oh wow, it is complete wall off. I thought you would be able to get through just right there, but it looks like you were not able to. Bringing up the production tab, we see that probes are being transferred, not necessarily from the production tab, but just caught it out of the corner of my eye. And that probe's still alive, so I really think that he should definitely think about killing that probe in the near future, so he doesn't really alert Hulk off to what type of tech he's going. Doing a very nice job. Both players going for super econ builds, although we remember last game, built an entire trust fund. He already has 5, almost 600 minerals. Oh my gosh, this is not going to be good for the Zerg player. Really, like legit is saying, needs to take a third or pump out some units, do something. Just so much larva, absolutely supply blocked at the moment, which is not going to be good. Finally putting up a roach warren as well as getting a second extractor, but really just building up a huge number of supply. We do see, not supply, huge number of minerals. We do see roach warren and 2 queens going down, so using that minerals just a little bit better, but really could have used it in a better way in my opinion. And I've actually played RipTide sometimes, and he does have a hard time with a 2-base 6-gate push that I usually do as the Protoss player. Really hard time with that, and I think one of the reasons is probably, after seeing this replay, is just not really using his minerals to their full potential and not really using them at a good time. Before he's able to get up his second base and kind of get in the flow of things. I think that that's one thing that he might want to work on. Doing a good job of spreading the creep. Really wants to connect these 2 bases just in case anything like units are warped in here. He's going to be able to get his units over there ASAP. Only really 1 zealot at the front here, and so very risky type of build, but I guess he knows exactly what's in RipTide's base, so it doesn't make it too risky, although he probably should watch these destructible rocks very closely, as this is pretty secure, but this not really as secure. We're seeing some more FPS issues. Sorry about that, guys. It's probably just in-game lag. And Jerk's saying he's going for a pure drone army, which is exactly kind of what it looks like. Looks like we have a layer morphing in, and RipTide just really droning up. And if we look at harvesters, not droning up enough. It looks like he's a little bit behind. That's kind of okay as the Zerg player, but really you're going to want to kind of keep up with your drone production and want to get some units out at the same time. Like, look at that 800 minerals, man. You got to learn how to use a little bit better. You know, just keep those down a little bit more. If anything, just take an expansion, which is very hard for Zerg on this map. I would probably go for this expansion. You don't really want to put yourself out too far and go for this one, unless you're against Terran. In case you're against Terran, I would definitely go for that outside base. Nevertheless, we see an Immortal out for Hulk, as well as a sentry at the front. Gonna block that stuff off. We have 3 more gateways going up, as well as the robotics is done. And oh man, something about idle drones. Something happened about idle drones. Not good. Rip is kind of slipping up just a tad bit. Does he even have this watchtower? He does have that watchtower. Okay. But let's see, what exactly has he seen. He's scouted pretty much all of this with this Overlord, so doing a very nice job. Knows that all these gateways are going down, as well as the robotics bay, so he's going to know that Colossus are on their way. And what the heck? Getting another robotics bay. That is something super weird. Maybe he's in auto drive and just building another one because of the timing. Don't exactly know why he would get another robotics bay at all. There's really absolutely no reason to. That's kind of funny that he's... wow, I have no explanation for that. And still this guy lagging. This guy that's like, oh, it's lagging. And I'm going to tell him to leave. So that's that. But really, RipTide should definitely be thinking about taking another expansion. He have 11 Mutalisks on the production tab here, but I think that if he took this base, it would be a lot better for the Zerg player. There's an observer out for the Protoss player. It looks like Mutas are definitely on their way. 2 more Mutas, as well as +1 air weapons are coming up for the... yeah. Jerk's like, double bays. I have no idea why he got those double bays. Here come the Mutalisks, going to dive in, going to be able to do quite the amount of damage on this probe line, doing very well. Stalkers coming in to reinforce, but does he have enough Stalkers? I don't know. He's just keeping them on top of that ramp for some odd reason. Here come the probe pulls, but the damage has been done almost immediately, stopping all of that mining at that natural expansion. And seriously, this guy needs to leave because he's lagging the game really badly. And I'm telling him to leave so the players don't have to lag. And hopefully he leaves. You're lagging, you need to leave. Like, seriously. Pausing the game. Yeah, so he's definitely gonna be a goner in the near future, but right now we're just having a little much hiatus. And I don't know what's happening. Oh, he went AFK, and now we're going to have to wait for a little while, so I'm going to cut this recording and just start it up when the game starts back. And so now we resume back to the game. Mutalisks going to dive in again. No! Don't want to dive in right with those cannons right there, taking unnecessary hits. Probably could definitely go back in this area. There's no cannons over there. Surprised that he didn't actually kind of go and scout that, to be completely honest. 5 more Mutalisks on their way. Really should be thinking about taking another base. He's really kind of mineral starved at the Protoss player's mineral starved. He, on the other hand, has 800 minerals and not a lot of gas. What do you do when that happens? You expand. That's what you do when you have 1k minerals. That's what you usually would like to do, is expand. But maybe he might be able to win it with just these Mutalisks. Who knows? Coming in here at the main, going to be able to do ton of harassment, ton of damage. Looks like we have +1 ground armor for for the Protoss player. This Colossus is not really going to be too effective against those mutas, but he needs to hightail it out of it, make sure he saves his mutas and saves this Overlord. This Overlord is going to be very, very important, as he is at 90 over 92. Hopefully he does have 3 more Overlords in the production tab, and double expanding, doing a very nice job using up that mineral. Still has 1,000 money, or minerals as you guys would call it, and so I think that he should possibly make some Zerglings. Zerglings would be very, very good against this Stalker army, not necessarily as good against these Zealots and Colossus right there. He does have +1 ground armor, but I think with as many Zerglings as he can pump out with all those minerals, he could definitely overtake this Protoss player. The Protoss player is moving out, though, needs to be very, very careful with this push. Is he going to be able to defend it? Who knows? Only producing 6 roaches. Zerglings. Does have Spine Crawlers at the front, which is going to help him so much. Might be able to pick off the Colossus. Looks like he's going to go in, try to pick off the Colossus, and no, it's actually looks like he's going to try to pick off some of the other stuff. The Stalker is very, very good, because the Stalkers are the only things that can shoot up, and all these Stalkers are going to go down. I believe that he might be able to pull out the victory in this, pulling the Queen, pulling some more roaches, able to kill off the Immortal as well as the Zealots, losing the Queen, probably a little bit unnecessary right there, losing that Queen, and Hulk GG's. So CSU is up 1-0 on the University of Clemson. Let's go to set 2.